welcome to another review, and this time it's an older figure from it's Captain America MMS 156 from the first Avenger movie. Figured I'll do a review on this one since I don't have any new figures coming up, and the movie just is gonna come out soon, and Hot Toys just released the preview for the golden, I believe it's golden age version, which in my opinion looks pretty similar to this version, so I decided to put it out there so anyone who's planning to pick up a Captain America figure maybe would help them out in making that decided factor whether it's worth it to even get this one or just wait for the new one. And as usual, you know, I always start off my review with a box, trying to give you some different angles, and this one is a normal MMS style, you know, picture of the figure in the back. You saw the front one earlier. You know, I'm not gonna put too much elaboration on it. Some credits on the back, MMS 156. Some pretty cool pictures on the side, different artworks. One thing I do like about MMS version, even though it's shoebox style and it doesn't have a lot of flair on it, at least it's not generic. You have you get some I would say personality on the box, especially on this one. You can see MMS 1. The front of the box looks really cool. You know, if I have a bigger cabinet, I'll probably display that. And now we're gonna do the accessories section. Normal Hot Toy stand, nothing too fancy. And now we're looking at his Thompson gun. Really like this gun. Actually, I do like the accessories that comes with this figure. This one came out, if I'm not mistaken, around 2011. So it does come with a decent accessories. Nowadays, you know, you're lucky if you get a gun from Hot Toys. They'll probably charge you more if they included one. But here you go. It's a Thompson gun. Pretty nice. It's made out of plastic. You can remove the magazine. See, this is the details that Hot Toys is known for. Look at the weathering on this guy. It looks metal, but it's not. It's made out of plastic, like I said. But you can look at that. Look at that paint job right there, and the details on the magazine. It even has the markers where you're at on ammo wise. So the trigger, the handle looks like a real wood, even though it's not. You know, the grip, everything. It even cocks back. It doesn't have a spring, so it's just a little nice touch out there. And it comes with a sling. You gotta be careful, as I'm showing you in this one. I glued it because it can easily be undone, you know, if you're a little rough handling your Hot Toys accessories, so you gotta be careful there. There you go. We'll put it aside and we'll move on to the next one. Look, what a surprise, he comes with another gun. He comes with a sidearm. This time it's a 1911. This was shot in a World War II era, so you're seeing a Thompson in 1911, some older guns. This one you can take out the magazine as well, and as usual, some amazing paintwork and detailing from Hot Toys. A little bullet inside, and some weathering as well to make it look like a used metal. You know, there you go. You can see some battle damage in there. It's an old gun, so it has seen some actions, and some really nice detail on this 1911. Look at the grip. It has some texture on it. You can also feel it, you know, once you have the gun in your hand. One thing that I think they forgot to include is, you see even the screws inside is really nice painted. It's a trigger finger. You know, you can see. So when Captain America is holding the gun, he really can't use this because it doesn't have a trigger finger. Now this one does not. I mean a trigger, not a trigger finger. He does have a trigger finger. This one does not cock back though, unfortunately. So, but the newer guns, I know it does. So, like I said, this is an older version, 1911. I mean older release, around 2011. So, you know, he comes with some decent amount of hands, some open palm hands, some pointy hands, some gripping hands, and the most important accessory of Captain America, and you know, his iconic shield. You can see that it's already chipping. I haven't even started, so I just focused on that. This is actually pretty tame compared to ones that I've seen on the internet. I've seen worse ones than this one. just started chipping on me just a few days ago. Um, it's supposed to be electroplated. It's not metal, but it has some really nice shine on it. It would really stand out, especially if it gets hit by a light. You know, if it's in your glass cabinet. Really, really nice. It's unfortunate that this has to happen, the chipping, and hopefully this issue has been resolved in this upcoming versions. Because I know even on the Avengers version, this issue has been ongoing, and they never. I don't know if it's the paint itself, but some people on the forum use some clear coating to prevent it, but it does take away the glossiness. So you know, it's a trade-off. And like I said, it's unfortunate because you're looking at the back of the shield, and it has some really, really cool details on it. You see some rivets on the back. They actually, it feels like real leather. You know, those handles. And you got to be careful in handling them as well, because this can come off easily. There's a section there where there's a plastic, black plastic that would connect the handle. But you got to be, like I said, you got to be careful. These things are fragile. So yeah, I mean, you can easily fix it if it does happen with a super glue. But there's some really cool, some cool details. And it's just, like I said, even the battle damage one has some chipping issues. And we'll look at the figure itself. We'll start off with the boots as usual. Some cool looking boots. It's made out of leather too. And the pants, with this figure, I bought it used. So when I initially got the figure, I kind of want to contact the seller, because I thought, why is the figure so dirty? But I saw my friend's Captain America, and it looks the same way. I guess it's a weathering effect, since he was in World War II and he's fighting some soldiers, I guess, rolling around dirt. So there's some weathering effect on his uniform. You can see the really cool details on his suit. That's the reason I reviewed this one, is because once I saw the preview for the new Captain America figure, it looks fairly the same. There's some little minor detail changes, like the stripes. There's 3 stripes now, one in the middle. The shoulder pads are kind of sitting higher on the new one. This one is a little low. I like the design of this suit. Don't get me wrong, but those shoulder pads that I showed you, it kind of restricts some movements or some poses that you want to do with this figure. So I wish they addressed that on the new figure, where even though it's out there and it's bulky, you can freely move the figure without being scared of tearing his uniform apart. Now we're gonna look at the back side. Some really nice tailoring on his uniform. He also comes with a holster, which you can actually use. So as you can see there, I put in his 1911, and you can close it out. There's a little black, I would say, thing in there where you would put the holster. I'm pretty sure over time, if you keep on doing back and forth, it would come loose, because it won't even close to me securely at that point. But I kind of forced it. But I wouldn't suggest to play around with it for too long. The boots is nice, some really nice details, and his you see it's leather. There's his gloves. This one is the leather part. It's just painted, the buckle. I wish it was real. But the hands itself, the gloves, it's plastic, so you can easily take it on and off if you want to switch hands, especially if you're holding a shield for his this figure. This one is made out of leather as well. I don't know what you call that, but his shoulder strap / extra pockets. In the side, some really nice details on the uniform. That's one thing that you wouldn't get in the Avengers version. Some really nice, I would say, the details. It's kind of intricate on how they designed this uniform. That's why I would say this is more impressive than the Avengers version as far as look-wise. It's more intimidating, I would say. And this is the part where you can just put on the black hook. The purpose of this is, which I wish the Avengers version came with, is so you can hang his shield on his back, which you could really do some nice poses. Just make sure you don't drop the shield while doing this. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure once you drop the shield once, it's gonna chip. Yeah, it's I don't know what they did with a paint job on the shield, but it's horrible. See, it's some nice looking pose in there. They can Even though, let's say, and you can free up his hands by doing this. You can make him hold a gun, or make him, he has a pointy finger, so you can, I don't know, some infinite possibilities with this. And this is the closer look on his head sculpt. Now, it's not spot on Chris Evans, but at the same time you can get away with it because he has a mask on. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't look like Chris Evans, but it's, like I said, it's not spot on. It's you know, these are the days where Hot Toys is just starting to become good. And I've seen the new version. It's pretty good. Looks like Chris Evans, but this one, you can get away with it. It's not bad. You know, it's not horrible. I've seen some people saying that the A as well on his you know, his helmet is kind of off-centered. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to that too much. And the star, they said, on his chest is also off-centered on some of the figures. I mean, maybe it is, but it's probably going to be so minimal that you won't even notice it. See, look at him. I mean, I like his stand. I mean, I like the figure itself. I think the outfit looks cool. It's just the reason I sold this figure, and I did sell this a couple of months ago, is because every time I think about Captain America, he doesn't look like this. He looks like the guy who's wearing a skimpy outfit. Not that I'm into that or anything, but that's how I envision him. Not in a World War II suit, even though this one looks cool. I mean, if you're a big fan, obviously you gotta get both, and you're gonna get your money's worth because they look not similar. Unlike Thor, you know, you got several versions of Thor, but there's some minimal changes on his outfit. And I'm just trying to compare the two Captain America. As you can see, this version is a lot shorter, and I think Hot Toys knows that this figure is shorter, so they included a longer ankle peg, which I did install, and he's still shorter. It won't bother you if he's standing by himself in a cabinet, but if he's with someone like Iron Man Mark 7, he would look like a midget. And there you go. This is the complete, you know, this is the overall version. You're seeing all the accessories included. If you're planning to buy a Captain America, if you want to pick this one up, I would say don't pay more than $150 for this figure. If you can get it for $140, there are several versions out there. I would say at this point, in my opinion, the definitive version is the Avengers one, but at the same time, I haven't seen the new figures yet. But just looking at the preview, I would say the Avengers one is still the way to go. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe or like, you know, whatever it is. And once again, talk to you later, guys.